Tell us how you got the name Fresh Start Health.
The Fresh Start Health really came from my aim with any of my clients, and that's to give their health a fresh start.
Okay.
And that can be emotionally, it can be physically, and it can be nutritionally.
Okay, so you've had a number of years' experience in
I have, yes.
in this industry. Tell us about that.
I started just over 10 years ago with NLP, which is really just a set of tools and techniques to help people overcome things like phobias, any baggage that's holding them back and preventing them from having the life that they really want, boosting confidence, self-esteem, that sort of thing. And alongside that, I also studied something called Amatsu, which is that's a Japanese physical therapy, and that helps people to get rid of aches and pains and be back fully mobile and pain-free to get on with the life that they want to live. And that the focus of Amatsu is about restoring balance and alignment to the whole body.
Okay.
And then more recently, I've qualified as a natural juice therapist.
Juice therapist.
And that's about helping people to help themselves improve their health from the inside out by introducing a greater amount of fresh fruits and vegetables, but in juice form, which means that it goes into the cells a lot quicker and gives the system a really good boost.
Okay, so why should people juice?
Well, unfortunately, we're in a situation where we're overfed but undernourished. So much of our food is processed, it's refined, it's full of sugar, it's full of salt, and it just means that the body is toxic, really, too toxic and not enough nutrients. So the point of juicing is about getting more fresh fruit and vegetables in there, in their raw natural state, to detoxify, cleanse the body and boost the nutritional level so the body can start functioning again properly and therefore prevent or help fight disease.
Okay, so there's a lot of obesity in this country now. Is that down to processed foods?
A lot of it is. It's directly in conjunction with the amount of sugar that's now in our diets. There's over 200,000 tonnes of salt is added to our foods every year. We spend £7 million a day in the UK on fast food. So yes, I would say a lot of it is down to the food that we put in our mouths. Okay,
so so when people come to you for juicing, what sort of benefits would they receive from doing this juicing that you show them?
All kinds of things, but the main things that the majority of people, or the most common I suppose, are weight loss.
Weight loss?
Naturally and healthily. Clearer skin. It helps clear up things like eczema and psoriasis.
Wow.
Massive boosts in energy. So none of those afternoon slumps and things like that. Improved sleep patterns. Waking up full of life and vitality, and just a clearer head actually, and clearer thinking as well, and just being able to get on with things a lot better.
Okay, so you run these workshops for people for juicing, and you attend a lot of networking events, and I've met you there, and we have a lot of these fried breakfasts.
You
so
do.
I do, yes. Sorry. So I always get this afternoon slump. So if I was juicing, would that take that away?
It would take that away, because effectively what happens when you're having that afternoon slump is a type of coma, because your body is having to process the amount of processed refined foods or fatty foods that you've put into your body, and it has to shut down some of the other systems that are not necessary for that particular, in order to be able to focus all the energy on processing that stuff. So it shuts down the vision and the hearing and all of those kind of things, just so it can focus on the digestive system, and the insulin can start pumping and normalising the blood levels. Same as happens after a Christmas dinner, which is that's perhaps the most extreme version of it.
If you were to help somebody with weight problems, how would you go about that?
Well, they'd be welcome to come as a general information to a juicing workshop, but generally if somebody has a specific weight problem or specific health problem, then I see them in a one-to-one consultation. That gives us the time to focus very much on them, to go through a history of exactly what's been going on, and then work through juicing, how it can benefit them, and also work out a plan that's going to work for them in their lifestyle, and allow me to put a plan in that I can support them as they're going along as well.
Okay, so you're more about more, aren't you? You're not about less, which is diet. Most people are frightened of diets because it's less. You've got to take less.
Well,
but
it's about diets are all about deprivation. It's all about I can't have, which is not a positive attitude to go into anything. So this is more about introducing more good stuff to tip the balance. So forget initially about stripping your daily diet of all the stuff that you love, but you know it's not good for you, but you still want to have, and just start gradually by introducing. For example, if you introduce one juice a day as breakfast, for example, you've already changed a third of your daily diet into raw, natural, fresh ingredients straight into your system, and that's a fantastic start. If you add a fresh side salad to your meal, or you have some fruit at dinner time, or snack on some nuts, not the salted, honey-coated versions, but the natural nuts, then you're going to work wonders, and it'll start to tip the balance in your favour, and your body will be able to start to detoxify and cleanse and really boost your immune system as well.
Okay. So the one question I suppose you get asked a lot is, how long would it take to actually prepare a juice for yourself, do the washing, and do we all have to get up hours earlier, or?
No, not at all. My tip would be, have your juicer out on the counter at all times.
Okay.
Don't start putting it away in the cupboard, because you're not going to use it that way. So have it out on the counter with your chopping board. Get all your ingredients out straight away. Have them all there. Whiz everything up in the juicer, which they're big shoots these days. You can put in whole apples. There's no need to do lots of chopping. And then wash it straight away, which is really quick and easy. There are only a few parts to it. And then drink your juice. And all of that should take you no more than 10 minutes.
Wow.
No more than 10 minutes. And if you think about how long it takes you to get your cereal out the cupboard and pour the milk and all
fry
the
the egg.
Yeah, whatever it is, there's no difference in time.
Really?
There really isn't. And the difference in goodness and the benefit to your body is immense.
Wow. So you've been studying fruits and vegetables for a while to put in these, and you know certain fruits are better for certain ailments.
Yes.
Can you give us a couple of examples?
Yeah, well, it was really interesting. Once you start looking at what's in fruit and vegetables in terms of vitamins and minerals and that sort of thing, you start to realise that they're all good. They've all got tons of things in them. So whatever you choose to have, it's all good, and you're only going to benefit your system. Okay. But yes, you're right. There are certain things that have certain elements that are better for particular ailments. For example, cherry juice is brilliant for gout. Beetroot, raw beetroot, not the pickled stuff, is brilliant for building the blood and for therefore for lowering blood pressure.
Okay.
Celery and cucumber are brilliant for restoring potassium and sodium levels in the body post-exercise, because you lose a lot of minerals when you're sweating. Okay. Cranberry juice is brilliant for irritable bowel, urinary infections. Right. The list goes on and on and on, really.
Would you prefer dark fruits or light fruits, or are you personal?
Generally, I'll eat just about anything, but the green leafy vegetables, you want a variety of colours. Okay. Because of the various different things that are in. So you want your reds and your yellows and your greens, and the green element it's very much high concentration of chlorophyll, which is what traps the sunlight. Okay. So it's the sun's energy, and that's a really good life source and brilliant for your blood as well. Okay.
So you run various workshops. What can people expect to see from your workshops or gain from them?
The workshops are very informal. They're very much about introducing the concept of juicing and showing how easy it can be, how quick it can be, about having a demonstration and tasting different flavours that you might not have thought about putting together. Okay. A lot of people pull a face about celery in particular, but once they taste it mixed with a couple of other things, they realise that actually it's all right. And that's part of the beauty of the juicing, is that it's getting other ingredients in that you wouldn't necessarily have or choose to have on your plate.
Okay.
So it's a really good way of getting things in. So it's a chance for people to ask questions,
Okay.
either specific to them or just generally about where to get the equipment or what goes well with what, and how to clean the juicer and all of those different kind of things. But it's a very open format, so that people have that opportunity to ask whatever they want to ask.
So a lot of people I've met who've attended your workshops have praised your juicing. But what sort of reports are you getting back from people of the benefits that they've seen?
Oh, I've had some really good feedback actually, some really positive stuff. The majority is about energy levels, about just feeling clean. I know that may sound like a strange thing, but that people don't want to drink tea or coffee anymore, or to touch so many sugary things, because what happens when you juice is the body goes more alkaline. Unfortunately, too many bodies are acid, they're too acidic, and therefore that's what creates disease. So through juicing, you're alkalizing your system.
Okay.
And you start to crave things like avocado and salad and things like that it almost feels sinful to have them, but actually they're really good things for you. So so that's great. But we also had all sorts of things like a lady who came who's got 2 young boys, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and she had post-baby weight that she wanted to get rid of, and she had some skin problems, some eczema, plus dreadful energy, just no energy, and the wake-up call with the boys at 5 o'clock was just too early for her. After a week of juicing, she said her skin had cleared up, she was bouncing with energy, so much so that she was awake before the boys.
Well, she's playing better football.
On her own before they wake up.
So, apart from the workshops in your lovely kitchen here in West Kirby in the Wirral, where else can people find you?
Can find me online.
Okay.
Website, Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, which is online right now on the screen.
So I write articles about different fruits and veg and various health hints and tips, so people can follow those. I do workshops at other places when invited to go and give talks. And I'm a very familiar and regular face at a whole number of networking meetings around the world.
But you're not having the fried breakfast, no?
No, go for the fruit option.
Okay, so obviously this has been very successful for you as a business, so can you give us a top tip? What's worked for you in business? What would you say to new people who are starting up?
I'd say get out there and talk to people.
Okay.
Take every opportunity to meet people, and that can be something as simple as talking in the supermarket queue or the touchline of your children's rugby game. But go to networking meetings regularly so you build up the relationship and familiarity. Okay. Take advantage of talking slots or invitations to do presentations.
So you'd seize any opportunity to talk?
Absolutely, because it repeats your message and breeds familiarity, and hopefully trust that you know what you're talking about and what you're doing, and just be passionate about what you do.
Right.
And I think that tends to come across to people.
Fantastic. Well, if you want to feel a lot healthier, see the benefits of juicing, you need to get in touch with Melissa. Thanks very much for coming into the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're free.